I'm John Cervantes, partner at Prime Capital Financial, and today I'm joined by Jaffar Chughtai, San Antonio realtor and real estate investor.
Yes, that's right.
Thanks for
And developer.
and developer. Thanks for chatting.
Of course. Thanks for having me on.
It's spring selling season.
It is.
I thought I actually brought you on here because I wanted to bully you into selling your real estate portfolio and putting it on the market.
Yeah, I could.
But once a real estate guy, always a real estate guy. So I figured that would be
it'd be
pointless.
A long time to rebuild all that.
Yeah. But talk to me about San Antonio real estate. What's going on the residential side? Zillow sends you those updates periodically. Right. And I've been seeing some of those prices adjusting down. I don't know if it's just my algorithm or what it's sending me. But
sure. So let me pull up the numbers. I'll give you the exact numbers for the last 3 months here in San Antonio. Median home price, $299. Exactly. Days on market, 70 to 75 days. Months of inventory, 4.5 to 5 months. Closed sales, slightly down year over year. New listings, up year over year. What does this mean? It means exactly what
it's time to buy a house.
Yeah. It's not time to sell a house. I have clients that come to me and they're like, hey, should I sell my house? I kind of want to get rid of this rental I have. I was like, do not sell it. I flip homes, right? So when I flip a home, there's only specific areas I choose of San Antonio. But not only specific areas that I choose, it has to be done correctly. Mm-hmm. If I'm flipping a home, so this is how I know the market is still kind of weird. I flip a home, it'll be in a nice area. North side usually is where I flip homes. And it'll have completely, I'll go all out. I'll redo everything. I'll make it look really good. And it's on the market for like 2 weeks. You know, I've never gone over 30 days. And that's because I'm doing all these extra steps. But that just shows you the market is still there for an updated home in a good area.
Why? So 70 days, that's above 70 days on market. That's above average, I would think, or above normal.
Yeah, it's above the norm. I would say the norm is slightly under 60 days.
So it's a well-supplied market.
Yes.
Too
many.
What's changed? Is it not enough buyers are weak? What's the
buyers aren't buying? People are comfortable where they're at with their mortgage rates, uncertainty of the world. World markets are a little shaky. The stock market isn't as good as it usually is, which kind of reflects on how people spend money in real estate as well.
Yeah, it's especially in a lower price market like San Antonio, you would think you'd see more activity.
Well, another thing is that investors back in the day, they could buy a house at 3% interest and they could cash flow immediately with 20% down. And it's not really the case anymore where they can't buy a house and spend 20% down and immediately cash flow. It's not really a thing anymore.
So we went through this exercise together. Maybe it's been a little while. It was last spring. Maybe there was a duplex in my neighborhood. Maybe it was in the fall.
That's right.
I can't recall. Duplex in my neighborhood. I was like, I don't own any investment real estate. Maybe this would look interesting. And then you messaged you. You said it was expensive. I think you had some rental data. I think there was one unit was rented. And the rent would have to go up like significantly.
It was too low. I remember that.
But just rough math, it'd be negative cash flow even after raising the rent. And the rent would have to be above market. So then it just didn't make sense. So sure enough, it came off market and then now it's back.
Yeah.
So that maybe that's kind of indicative of what.
It's still on market right now?
It just came back.
Oh, wow. So they haven't sold it. They just took it off to refresh it.
Yeah. So maybe they're not in a hurry to unload. So when you're looking at investment real estate on the residential side, you prefer not to have tenants. You prefer to buy it, rehab,
and sell. And I use that capital that I keep saving to buy commercial.
So why on the residential side do you not like to have tenants?
Well, the liability is bigger, number one. And number two, the management is more difficult. Once you start having, 10, 20 of these homes, it's kind of chasing your tail. And for me, I'm a realtor. I flip homes, and then I'm also managing all my own commercial properties. So it's, the issue is, do I have time for all this? And I have to send it to a management company, which eats into your profit.
So when you're looking for something to buy, how do you manage the inventory? How do you sort through what's attractive?
I'm looking for what side of town. That's number one, location. I looked for how much work needs to be done. And then the most important part, I believe, is the ARV, the after repair value. So after you fix it, what is it worth? And you have to have data. You have to have cold, hard data, because if you sell that house and it goes to a mortgage lender, sends an appraiser there, how are they going to appraise the house? They need cold, hard data. If there's no cold, hard data on that, a lot of these wholesalers send out, and I've seen it so many times, and I feel so bad for some of these investors. They send out, hey, this ARV is $320,000, when that's a complete lie. They're stretching it. They're looking 3 years back for their comps, and the ARV is actually $280,000. And these people are buying these houses based upon a $320,000 ARV, and then when they try to sell it for $320,000, they can't ever sell it, and they're stuck in this house that they renovated. They're trying to flip their very first home or whatever, and the wholesaler made his way and made 40 grand off this person, and they're long gone, and now this poor person's stuck with this home.
So where do people go wrong? Is it the purchase price? Is it the spending too much on repairs? What's the where do most folks go wrong? Is it a combination of the two?
It could be any one of those, honestly. There's variables from A to Z when it comes to flipping a house. It could be where you bought the house. It could be your contractors. They didn't show up. They did a bad job. It could be your own management of the contractors. It could also be just the loan you got. If you got a loan on it, I do cash when I flip. Some people do loans, and those interests, they're taking too long. The carrying costs just add up because you're taking too long on the flip. And the longer you have it, the more you have to pay. And these houses are sitting on the market for 70, 75 days average.
I have steered clear of it just because it's just not in my wheelhouse, not in my expertise. I look at return on hassle, and just because I don't know these things, or I don't want to learn these things, I don't want to establish a network of contractors. I can barely keep up with my own home maintenance, right?
Yeah.
So I think you see folks that want to step into this space, and the market has changed a lot. I mean, homes are more expensive. There's a lot of rental availability,
right?
Just apartment. I mean, I was reading about San Antonio apartment availability. That seems to be pretty robust. And so it's like, if you don't know what you're doing, it's a recipe for a headache. How do you judge success on a property? I mean, obviously cash on cash return, how do you try to think about it?
I would say how fast I got in and out and how much I made.
If you have so what target price do you aim for when you acquire a home? Are you looking from 2 to 300, 2 to 500? What's the
ARVs? What I go at? I'll be from a 250 ARV up to 550, depending on the area. I mean, right now I'm doing one that's going to be a 750 ARV, but it's in a very exclusive neighborhood off Inwood, So that neighborhood's very, very nice. They sell pretty fast in there. So,
how long did it take you to get your contractors all organized and vetted and comfortable, and have good working relationship?
I've been through a lot. I mean, they suck. Some of them do suck. Don't get me wrong. Some of them are great, but some of them are just so bad. So here's my number one thing. Someone's going to come up to me and say, hey, I need 50% down to start. I'm going to say, why do you need 50% down? I'll buy all material. And I don't have the money to float my guys. Well, if you don't have the money to float your guys, I don't really want to do business with you. That's not good business, in my opinion. I won't work with a contractor that won't start without money. Because what do you need money for? I'm going to give you the material.
Yeah, you're protecting yourself up front.
Right. You just always have to be ahead of that pay schedule. It's draws, and it has to be done on a schedule based upon a completion of work. So if they've completed 20% of the house, they're getting paid 15%. If they've completed 50% of the house, they're getting paid 45% of the house. And that's just how it goes up until, and then I hold 10% up until a final walkthrough. And when they complete it, then they get the 10%. But now I have a contractor where, you know, he's great. Something's wrong. He comes, fixes it. Sometimes he might need a little extra money. I trust him enough. I understand.
It's a relationship thing.
Yeah. So it's became that.
Yeah.
But there's still, like, I'm usually not paying him based upon work. I mean, I'm usually always paying him based upon the percentage of work completed.
Right. So you just have some guidelines. There's no hard feelings about.
It's business, and he understands.
Yeah.
But also, like, I've given him tons of work outside of my own, too. So someone calls me, like, you would call me and be like, hey, go use this guy. He's great. So if I don't even have a house, I keep him busy.
So when we look at the city, where do you see the most activity, just the most desirable neighborhoods? What I feel like the city's growing west. Like, I mean, I feel like it's growing everywhere, actually. I mean, but west, you know, out Calabria, 151, that whole side feels like a whole nother, might be a whole nother city.
Very interesting question, because so new builds, they're all over there, what you just described. You can't throw a rock without hitting 5 different builders out there. And it's pretty, the issue with that is there's so many new builders out there offering great interest rates that whenever someone gives me their house to list, we're not getting any action when it's over there, because
So you have that side of town. North 281 still.
North 281 is still growing, like right where I live, Chavano Park, from I-10 to 281 down to like 410 north. That area is very highly desirable. That's a very desirable area. That's usually where I only flip. I go a little bit past I-10, might go over to De Zavala area. That's also very highly desirable. But that main pocket right there is where I would say is for flipping, at least.
What about this revitalization of Southtown? Is that
Southtown
hype, or is that real? Does it have staying power?
It's been there. It's been there for a few years now. It's still there. La Vaca, all that stuff. It's still going. It hasn't died down, and I kind of think, actually, I think it did die down a little bit, but this new Project Marvel may have rejuvenated it a little bit, because my dad has a property down there, and I don't think he's going to sell now. He was planning to sell, and then right when Project Marvel went through, he decided not to sell. So
I wonder if you'll see like a dip with that. Like you'll see, just because of the construction and just the headache of that, what that is going to create, if you'll see kind of like this lull, and then ultimately as you start to see the other side of the project completion.
It could be. It could be. I know the other side of 281, that side is probably an opportunity area.
When you say the other side of 281, you're talking
Alamo Dome side.
Alamo Dome side.
Yeah. Because houses are still cheap over there. And I could say...
Yeah, and they update the Alamo Dome, get that whole area. Yeah.
Yeah. I think
that's you're going to have to be...
It's a long game.
It's a long game.
Yeah. If someone's into Airbnb, which I'm not, I would say that's a good Airbnb area.
So how does this San Antonio market on the residential side differ from Austin? I feel like Austin has had more of like a COVID hangover.
You're exactly right. Austin, we're 70 to 75 days. They're 80 to 85 days.
They're even longer.
Yeah, they're longer. And we have 4.5 to 5 months of inventory. They got 7 to 8 months. They're not doing as well as us. Their median price is like $414,000.
So almost 50%.
Yeah,
not quite,
but you know, it's awesome. I just was there yesterday selling my friend a house. It's his first home. He's in the price range of $350,000. We found a few, believe it or not, in Austin.
So are you like in Kyle, or are you in Austin proper?
We're in Austin proper. We're far East Austin near the airport. So that area has homes in that price range. They have new builds in Austin, but not that many. It's far away from like the city.
Like you're either really far north or you're like in Buda.
Which is weird, because you go to like Terrytown or something, or Zilker. Those houses are, you know, an insane amount per square foot compared to what you're getting by the airport. It's just a vast, vast difference.
Yeah, I feel like Round Rock probably
Lower,
same thing, right?
a little lower price range. I'm sure you could find something that's expensive there, but like
Yeah,
you
on
could
average,
get a
probably
pretty
less.
decent house for like 500,000 there.
Yeah, it's the same situation, just maybe magnified a little bit, just because of the price. The
they had a
prices
huge
from COVID. Yeah.
Yeah, they had a huge COVID inflation where their prices surged higher than anyone in the nation, and now they're starting to feel the after effects.
So you had COVID, relocations. You had probably an Airbnb
Yeah,
blow up. I
Yeah.
imagine some of that's
and
probably
now
slowing down.
it's starting to actually settle, and the dust is clearing, and now they're starting to go down. So right now, real estate is a graph, right? It's just always up
Yeah,
and down,
right,
but it's always on an upturn.
Right.
Right now, we're in one of those downturns.
We're in a little bit of a lull.
Yeah.
I mean, so if you're looking for a home, it's a good time to be a buyer, especially if you're not
The one
interest rate sensitive.
we just looked at yesterday has another offer. We just competed for that house. It just hit at the market.
So it's that middle average price range is probably attractive.
It depends. Usually, right? Usually that's it. That's correct. But if you get $1.5 million home and it's in the right area and it's priced right and it has updates in San Antonio, at least, that thing might sell the very same day.
So what's up with the commercial market? That seems to be your preference for the buying and holding and
Right.
renting.
Commercials doing okay. I have seen slower rentals, so people leasing is a lot slower than usual. I would say there's investors from out of state trying to buy with good tenants in place. So anything corporate backed usually is a solid deal for an out of state investor.
What's going on with your projects? I know last year you built a retail space.
Yeah,
How many square feet was it?
13,051.
And how many units was that?
9. That's including the standalone drive-through.
Where is it again? Remind me.
Babcock and Prue Road.
So what's the status?
I'm going to give you the first tenant.
Okay.
We're actually signing right now. It's Image Studios. Their salon suites. They're taking half of the main building.
So that's 4 or 5 of the units?
Yeah, it's about 4 of the units in the back.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So that's half your...
They're a corporate-backed lease. It's they have 2 locations in San Antonio. This is going to be their third. And basically what they do is they have a giant built-out salon, room by room by room, and they rent it out by week.
Sublease.
Yeah. And the operator operates with everyone's 1099. He has I think he has 1 W-2 employee, and that's it.
Office manager or something.
Yeah.
What's it looking like for the rest of the space?
I am in talks with a national coffee chain for the standalone drive-through, and actually in talks with the armed forces to take a suite for recruitment.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's the usual turnaround time? When did you build it, and what was the expectation in your mind with getting that leased?
I thought it'd be a little quicker. It did take a little bit longer, but there's someone built same exact time we built ours down the street. They're still empty, but we have a better location. Theirs, they built, I think they're 8,000 square feet. We're 13,000. They're surrounded by shopping centers. This one, really, there isn't that many around. We started the project in December of last year, 2024, and it completed in October of 2025.
October, about 12 months.
Basically November. It was like the end of October. And almost 12 months, basically, because of delays with CPS Energy and saws, of course.
What's the biggest headache with that construction? Is it
CPS
permitting?
Energy.
Yeah.
CPS Energy.
Is it just getting power to the building?
Getting power to the building. That was the biggest, worst thing that we had to deal with.
Is this been normal for you, or is this just happenstance?
Every developer has to deal with this, yeah. It's CPS Energy, though, because you don't talk to the same person usually. This goes through all these different people, so You send the drawings, like, okay, that's great. And then when it's time to actually submit them, someone else looks at them like, no, that's not correct. You have to do this, this, and this. And you do this, this, and this, and then it's still incorrect when the next person looks at it. So they're like, why'd you do this, this, and this? And it's just like this game, which is beyond me how crazy it is that you have to play with them. But yeah, they put a pole that was supposed to go into the easement that we had. And it was a power pole. And they, on site, when they were doing it, they said, we can't put it in this easement. Pizza Hut's, just their parking lot light is too close. And it was like 7 feet away. And I was like, what do you mean it's too close? So they put our power pole in the drive-through lane.
So what was the feet that they moved it into the drive-through? I mean, like,
it's
like 2 feet? Like,
it's like right past the curb in the drive-through lane.
so they could have moved it 3 feet the other way and it would have been that big of a deal.
Yeah. But they didn't want to redesign. It probably would have taken even longer. But
How was the city's permitting process? Was that pretty...
my contractor handled that. But getting the permits was pretty easy for them. They didn't have very many issues getting the permits. The issue was, another issue we had with saws was they gave us the water main map where it is under the street. So whenever they dug to dig the water main, we had this huge water tap. It was like the size of like a small child could walk in there, like with their head not touching
like a
the top.
3 foot?
Like maybe 4. It was huge. And then when we opened up the street, the water main wasn't where they said it was supposed to be. And we went back to saws like, look, we broke this street. We just spent all this money, but the water main's not there. And it took forever to figure out where the water main was. And it was further in the street, which is nuts.
So did you have to stop traffic to do all that?
Yeah. And
You get a permit for that?
Yeah, you have to pay for an officer to stop it. And so we had to backfill it and fill it back up and just wait for them to give us a correct location.
And then you're responsible for fixing the street?
Right.
These are the things people don't think about.
Yeah.
I'm sure maybe you do. But
Yeah, I
as
figured something might happen. I just didn't know it'd be like that. You know what I mean? Because water main maps are usually correct.
Yeah. So hopefully this gets leased by end of the year, you think?
Yeah, I'd imagine. After Image Studios is in there, I mean, there's going to be a lot of traffic. Yeah. I have people calling. The issue is it's these marijuana shops. So if I let them, they would lease the entire center and it'd be giant marijuana if I wanted to, but I'm not letting a single one in there.
Yeah, because that could be
because
legislated away, then you're stuck with.
Well, not only that, it's just you turn away your corporate tenants. They don't want to be around that.
Yeah.
The armed forces were like, "You guys have a marijuana store in there?" I was like, "No, we don't." They're like, "Okay, thank God."
Yeah.
Yeah. So these tenants that'll be there forever and ever and ever and corporately guarantee these leases, they don't want to come.
So getting this wrapped up into the year.
Get it filled up. And refinance if I wanted to, and
Cash out. So what's up on the industrial side? I know you have some warehouse space.
Yeah, just finished that one. So I've leased 1 suite. I have 3 empty, and that's on purpose because I just took over another shopping center that needs renovations very seriously. There's a homeless problem in there. So I've been spending all my time on that shopping center right now. But I just listed 1 suite. And probably tomorrow I'm going to get that 1 suite leased out. The other 2 suites I'd imagine is pretty easy as well. I just haven't had issues leasing these spaces. So I just kind of left it while I go put my attention on that shopping center.
It's a different animal, the commercial side.
It is. So the main issue when you're managing commercial is leasing it out. That's going to be a lot of work. But once it's full and it's cash flowing, you don't have any maintenance because they sign triple net leases. So they pay for your taxes, they pay for your insurance, and they're responsible for all the maintenance, including the HVAC. So the only thing you're responsible for is the foundation, exterior walls, and the roof.
What about like the parking lot? And
yeah, you want to
keeping
make sure
that
your
clean,
parking lot every few years, take care of it. You might
restripe it, whatever.
Yeah, you want to make sure it's up to par and take care of the building, and but you also charge for that. It's common area maintenance, so it's
built
not like
into
you're
the
paying.
lease.
Yeah, It's a CAM expense. So
we can categorize commercial heavier upfront capital,
right.
Longer term leases,
Yeah.
right? Probably a longer sales cycle, right?
Yes, for sure.
You get something that takes longer time to keep
To
it
fill up and
to fill up.
actually get it to cash flow.
Probably more economically sensitive, right? I mean, you get a
Yeah.
recession, maybe so the risks are different. People always
Yeah.
need homes, right? So
Right.
it's maybe
COVID would have killed a restaurant in there, right? So, you know,
yeah. So you have just different. The risks are just different.
yeah.
But not having to deal with the constant tenant turnover as
Right.
a residential property
They
would.
can't
It just
squat
makes it
in
more
there.
attractive. You can't squat it. You can have them removed.
You can have them removed after 14 days lockout.
Yeah, that residential tenant side is a lot.
It's a grind.
It's a grind because you probably need a strong attorney.
Yeah.
You need to be familiar with all the regulations and housing and, you know, all that goes into having tenants, right? You don't want to
Right.
cross ways with somebody.
Yeah.
So what's next?
Looking for more land. That flex space I built, that one's really easy to lease out. That one's kind of recession proof, the industrial one, because the rents are so low. It's 1,400 and 1,800, and it's 4 or 5 units. So that one was 376,000 to build.
Yeah, because it's just foundation still building.
Yeah,
And
parking
an
lot.
office.
Office is inside with a mini split,
Yeah, so you don't
basic
have a lot of-
restroom.
yeah.
Very easy to build. It's like $78 a square foot.
What did that take to build, like time wise? Like a few months?
6 months.
6 months.
I had to wait for CPS
right,
Energy again.
right.
This time there wasn't that bad, but
Yeah, just foundation still building, some wall, some drywall for the
actually no,
office.
just the drywall for the office, right, in
Yeah.
the bathroom. And that one is filled up, and it's immediate. So it's like 376. Maybe you consider 396 with extras. You would say that after it's filled up, it's worth about 750, 800.
Because it's cash flowing.
Yeah.
Right.
And I own the land already. So if you had bought the land for a good deal, that'd be a different story. But I had already owned the land.
Where are you looking for land now?
Anywhere in San Antonio. My what I'm really looking for is C3 zone land, but something that has a structure already on it. So it has existing.
What's C3 zoned?
So there's C1, 2, and 3 in San Antonio. C3 is kind of the golden ticket. You can do oil changes. You can do basically anything you want there.
Car wash.
You can do car wash. You can do, a bar. You could do anything. And C2 is usually no bar.
Those are geographic based on where they're located, proximity to schools, whatever.
Right.
Okay. So C3.
Well, who knows? Because they were made so long ago, these zonings. I mean, the front portion is C2, CD, conditional use approved for car dealership, which is a car dealership. That's the only thing that can go there. But the back is C3, which is closer to residential, so it doesn't really make sense.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know what they did back in the day, but that's how they did it.
Is it too much of a headache to get something rezoned?
On San Pedro, it's difficult, but to get the actual rezoning. But what you can do is do conditional zoning. They'll probably do that. So you can do a conditional, but it has to be for a specific business.
And so where are you looking for? You said all over San Antonio, but is there like a...
I'd love to be right around there, San Pedro Avenue or Blanco or...
So inside 410.
Inside 410. I would like to be northeast side.
It's my old stomping grounds.
Northeast?
I went to Robert E. Lee, so...
Oh, yeah, over there. Yeah, basically West Avenue would be a good one.
Why that area?
There's a lot of mechanics over there.
You're trying to build a mechanics shop, or...
Well, just flex space.
Oh, you lease it out and have somebody...
lease it out, yeah.
Okay, I get it.
There's lots of types of businesses that fit in those flex spaces. Tint, alarm, whatever.
You can just replace...
Yeah, it's plug and play.
When tenant leaves, you bring another one.
Yeah, usually they sign 1 to 2 year leases. They leave. You put an ad on Facebook. It's full within like 30 days. Very easy.
How competitive are you finding like bidding out to acquire some of this industrial space? Is it
To find the land,
yeah? Are you
it's
having
difficult.
multiple buyers?
It has to be the right price because it's not gonna. If you're paying $500,000 for land, it doesn't really make sense to build a 5,000 square foot, building on it. That doesn't really. Your costs are you're even whenever you build, so it's like you have to come out ahead.
You're not finding a lot of competition in trying to acquire these properties or other buyers?
No, it's just their pricing is high. The pricing is high on these lands. I would say what I am looking for is like an old rundown gas station that has a tanks pulled out. That would be wonderful. Or something that was existing there at one point, a building that has been knocked down because that already has sewer, electric. I don't have to deal with those CPS that much. You know what I mean? It already has a water tap. I don't have to deal with it. It makes the building process much faster.
So we're in a growing city, fast growing. If we look like maybe 5 to 10 years out, where do you think, just from a development standpoint, if we think the city's sprawling, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it opportunities out north? Is it out west? If we think about just the growing city, where should people be thinking about for
Residential?
Or yeah, let's say residential.
Because it's a little different, right? Residential, I would say out near I-10, past outside 1604.
Fair Oaks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good, solid place to buy, I would say.
Yeah,
Up to 81 isn't bad either.
It's all the it's they're almost done.
Yeah.
It's just once if you were to purchase before all this stuff was done.
Yeah. 35 and 1604 is a nightmare right now. I was just there yesterday.
Getting here was a nightmare. Coming up 35 is just a nightmare.
Oh, I went 1604. Yeah. It's once you get over there, it's so bad.
Yeah, it's like you have to acquire during these times of
stress.
Yeah, and just headache.
Because no one wants to deal with it.
Once it's done, it's like 281. It's like once it's done.
I see the light at the end of the tunnel now on 1604 and 35. Like I see light coming.
I don't see it.
Well, I drove past it yesterday and I saw the bridge. It's looking very good. It's just not done yet.
Right.
So I would say 35, 1604 is a good area. 281 North, I-10, and even out Blanco, Timberwood Park.
Yeah.
Those are always
because
good
that's
areas.
even worse. That Blanco 1604 interchange is just...
A diamond. Have you been on it yet?
I've just avoided it.
I went. It wasn't that bad.
No.
It wasn't that bad. It's just what they didn't tell you is if you have to go to the other side of the access road, you can't do it. You have to take the exit before you get there and go underneath. So if you have to go to a business over there, you have to go that way. They didn't tell you this. It's really stupid.
Do you know what this has convinced me of?
What?
To stay in my home. So my wife's going to be happy about that.
Well, you got to come to jiu-jitsu.
Well, thanks, Jaffar. I feel like we covered a lot. We got the do's and do nots of residential real estate,
right.
Navigating the complexities of commercial and industrial property.
Yeah.
And just the excitement in the city. I'm excited for San Antonio. I really am. I think every every highway's under construction. You got the Project Marvel downtown, so it feels a little bit hectic and chaotic, and just it's probably only going to get worse, but signs of a growing city and modest real estate prices. If you want to buy a home now, you can buy a home, refinance your interest rate later.
You can buy a home for $1,800 a month, a brand new one.
Yeah.
That's insane. That's with taxes and insurance.
Yeah.
Might be a small house.
But it's a home.
Yeah,
you can't rent that some parts of town.
Yeah. You'd have to live on a different side of town.
Sure.
But you own a home.
Yeah. A lot of good things for the city. So.
Yeah. City's been it's crazy to you grew up here, so you saw it from the 90s. It's been a small town that just expanded. Same thing with Austin. Austin was like a village basically. And now it's just both cities are thriving and they're going to be a metropolis one day.
man, it's exciting, but a little, you kind of lose that small. It's like the biggest small town, right? That's what it's called. Right?
Yeah.
It's like
San Antonio's a
lose
big
some of-
city, but still a small city.
Yeah.
The values are still there.
Well, it's exciting.
It is cool.
All right, man. Well, thanks for joining me.
Of course. Thank you.
All right. Thanks.